Welcome to the Pathways to Surrender podcast. I'm Michael Warmoth, and thank you for joining us for this guided meditation. Please note that these meditations are recorded in a tropical setting with the windows and doors open, so you will hear birds and other sounds. Try not to let them distract you from the words. Let's take a moment now to just get settled in, get comfortable and relaxed. Maybe close our eyes and take some breaths and just listen to the music before the meditation starts. We hear the focus of our practice is to become present, and to experience the presence of the power and energy of the infinite consciousness in this moment. But it is not always clear how we do that, what it means to become present, and what is the experience of the presence of the infinite. To become present is describing the difference between a dissociated state, that is, a state where we are not actually connected with reality, and a state being connected. We are so used to the dissociated state, that is the state where all our attention is on our mental processes, on our thoughts and ideas, all kinds of distractions. We are so used to that we think that is reality. And it is important to note that that is a thought. We think it's reality. We think our worries and anxieties and troubles are reality. We think our planning for the future, our regrets about the past, are reality. But reality is very different from the realm of thoughts. Reality is the expressing of a dynamic, creative force, the life force. An energetic process. Becoming present to reality means turning away from the distractions of the mental processes, acknowledging that there is a deeper truth to this moment, and surrendering our will and control to become available to reality. Let us make sure that we understand clearly that reality is an energetic process, and to become present means to immerse ourselves in the experience of that energetic process. That creative, dynamic flow of the life force, creating in this moment, giving life, filled with intelligence. The dissociated world of the ego is essentially lifeless. It is flat. Contains no joy, no spontaneity, no creativity. It is a limiting and restrictive process. It is about control. It is about fear. And so, our practice in this moment is to choose where we are going to devote our attention, our awareness. Whether we are going to open our hearts for it is our heart that receives the knowing of the present. It is a feeling experience. It is not an intellectual experience. It's a feeling of a living, coherent, energetic process. Coherent, meaning there is harmony, there is intelligence. It is orderly. There is a divine order to it. When we choose to live by control, by will, we break that coherence. Not that it can be broken, but we lose our experience of it. It doesn't appear that there is coherence in the moment, but it is there. We just can't know it because we are only interested in what the ego tells us. The ego has no way to perceive reality. I must be clear about that. Reality cannot be perceived by an intellectual, mental, abstract process. It can only be known on an experiential level. The challenge of this process is that we closed the doors to the experiential level, to reality, because it was too overwhelming. Because at some point the betrayal of our trust was too overwhelming. We could not tolerate the extreme feelings. We didn't feel safe with them. They were a threat. And so we instituted control to make sure that the overwhelming feelings didn't make us feel crazy, didn't threaten us. But now we see that by shutting down those feelings, that state of being, by instituting control through contraction and restriction. We also broke our connection with love and peace and harmony. And our fear is that if we open that door again, we will be overwhelmed. There will be some threat. There will be some danger. But we are not the dependent child that experienced that betrayal. We are not dependent on those who betrayed us. Who let us down, abandon us, whatever the overwhelming circumstance was. We do not need to protect ourselves from it any longer. Yes, painful feelings and memories will arise. But they are nothing compared to the cost of our dissociation. They are temporary. They pass, they are resolved and dissolved. And then we are lighter, more available, freer. We think we have gained some kind of freedom through control and use of will, but actually, we have become prisoners of control and will. We are not free. The ego can rationalize control in any way we ask it to. And let us be clear, we ask the ego to rationalize control. It is the job we have given it, to stave off the fear being overwhelmed by painful memories and feelings. We will never be free. We will never know peace and love and harmony while we insist avoiding that fear. And let us look at it realistically. What could be inside us that could be so frightening we would rather suffer and struggle and experience limitation and lack and illness, whatever. What could be inside us, where would it be? Where would we find that thing that is so frightening? It is an idea. It is a mental construct. It doesn't exist in reality. It's just a mental construct. We must be clear about what we are doing with our conscious awareness. We have used it so long to avoid and distract. And we have come to the spiritual journey in search of peace, in search of truth, so we know that we want peace. We know that we want to know the truth. And now we see that we must make a decision. No longer energize the ego with our need for control and our fear of what lays inside us. We cannot let fear be our guide. We must let reality be our guide, the truth. We must place our faith and trust in what we actually know to be true, even though the ego tells us we don't know it, that it's not true. There is that within us which knows that the truth is real, that the higher self within us is real, that there is an infinite and divine consciousness that is one with our consciousness. There is that within us that knows that to be true. We must trust that. Say yes to it. Then we can agree to surrender. Hand over control. Become a willing to open expression of that infinite and divine consciousness. A unique and individual expression of that creative power. Let go now. Say yes. Let yourself be filled with that presence. Let yourself be immersed in that presence. It is around us and in us and through us. It's the power of creation and life. Let yourself know the truth. Thank you for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you would like more information on these meditations and teachings, you can visit pathwaystosurrender.com. You might be interested in our other podcast, Pathways to Wholeness. These are episodes of meditative teachings designed to help us move to the next step in our journey, letting go and learning to surrender, overcoming resistance. That's Pathways to Wholeness. Look for the next episode soon. We'll be uploading them every couple of days. See you next time.